Yes, so we are back. So in the last session, I think we covered 5 questions. We covered question number 5, 6, 7, 8 and 10. बराबर अपन 9th question छोड़ा है, which I'll cover later. So currently we are going to start with question number 11, and that question is based on the concept or chapter of service sector costing. ठीक है, so we have done one sum of service costing before. I think I'll quickly have a quick run through what the chapter is, उसका objective क्या है, and then we can start with the chapter directly. I mean with the sum directly. ठीक है, so let's start without wasting much time. Service sector costing is nothing but we are preparing a cost statement for one particular company who's not into manufacturing and it is into service industry. The fact that it's into service industry means that they are not producing goods, because of which we need to find their unit of service and we cannot divide their cost with any output. Having said that, the cost is not common because every service company will have different types of cost. They will not have common cost like the way manufacturing companies do have. The common cost they have is DM, DL, factory, opening, closing, stock and all these things. What I'm trying to say is manufacturing companies do have common costs, because of which they have a set format of cost sheet. Every service company is going to have different types of cost, which means we cannot have a set format of costing, because of which we always add up total cost of a company and find total cost for a particular period. The only thing that we should do is we should classify the cost as per variable cost and your fixed cost, and that is only for presentation purposes. It will not change the final answer. This is about the numerator, total cost. We always make a cost sheet like the way we prepare cost sheet for a particular period, for a particular output. In case of service companies, we normally prepare cost sheet for one particular year or 6 months as the given case is. ठीक है, coming to denominator. Now we have to always find the unit of service which is going to be different for different companies. In case of manufacturing companies, we always divide the cost with the output because they are manufacturing companies and they are producing something. In case of service companies, अपन कुछ produce नहीं कर रहे हैं, because of which every company will have its own unit of service. For example, transport companies will have ton kilometers or they will have passenger kilometers. Hospitals will have patient days or bed days, hotels will have room days and things like that. Barabar? So we are going to divide total cost of one particular period upon the respective unit of service, and we'll get the cost per unit of service. To that cost we will add markup and we'll get the sales value. In case of hotels where we can charge different tariff on different rooms, we have to convert one in terms of the other, which means if the rent of or the tariff of the ordinary room is X, the tariff of deluxe could be 2X and the tariff of some honeymoon suite could be maybe 3X. Barabar? So depending on that, number of room days into X plus room days into 2X plus room days into 3X is number of equivalent number of room days. Then we'll get the value of X, then 2X and 3X. Barabar? So no concept to be learned. Only thing is that try and categorize the cost into VC and FC, and the only place where math is required is the denominator. बराबर? सो टन किलोमीटर्स का कैलकुलेशन या फिर नंबर ऑफ किलोमीटर्स का कैलकुलेशन या डेप्रीसिएशन, डेप्री कैन ईदर बी अ पीरियड कॉस्ट in case the life is in terms of years, and it can be a cost per kilometer if the life is given in terms of kilometers. So depending on that, it can be a variable cost if it's on kilometers, and it can be a fixed cost if it is per annum. ठीक है, ये अपना सिंपल रिकैप हो गया ऑफ व्हाट सर्विस सेक्टर कॉस्टिंग इज, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दिस वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. काफी सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, एंड दिस क्वेश्चन इज ऑन द इंडस्ट्री ऑफ लाइफ इंश्योरेंस बिजनेस. नाउ in the old course, the typical sectors were transport, hospitals, hotels majorly. Barabar? In the new course, they have added services like IT. Now I can see life insurance business. Upon the classwork make some BK जहाँ पे we have done costing for toll roads. So I can see the sums are also evolving as the sector is evolving. So we have new type of sums, but here in this case the sum is pretty simple, because all we're supposed to find out is the cost per policy, I think. So it's pretty simple. Only one thing is new, which we will discuss when we read the question. ठीक है, all set. Hopefully सबको सब याद आ चुका है, and we will start with question number 11. चालू करेंगे? Yes, please. Let us start question number 11. This question is on service sector costing, and we are solving November 18 RTB. Let's start, please. Some company operates a life insurance business. The sector is life insurance business, which eventually means it is non-manufacturing. Last year, it has launched a new term insurance policy for practicing professionals. दैट इज पी योर प्रोफेशनल प्रोटेक्शन प्लस, वो नाम कुछ भी हो, ट्रिपल पी, ठीक है. द कंपनी हैज इनकर्ड द फॉलोइंग एक्सपेंडिचर्स इन द लास्ट ईयर. सो एक साल का डिटेल्स दे के रखा है. आगे बढ़ेंगे. पॉलिसी डेवलपमेंट कॉस्ट इज सो एंड सो, ठीक है. कॉस्ट ऑफ मार्केटिंग पॉलिसी इज सो एंड सो, सेल सपोर्ट इज सो एंड सो, पॉलिसी इशुएंस, पॉलिसी सर्विसिंग, क्लेम्स मैनेजमेंट, IT cost, then postage, then we have facilities, then we have employees, and we have admin costs. So these are the annual costs given, and they have named different types of costs. Simple. आगे बढ़ेंगे. Number of policies sold is 528. इतना पॉलिसी अपन ने बेच दिया है, ठीक है. एंड टोटल इंश्योर्ड वैल्यू ऑफ द पॉलिसी इज 1320 करोड़, विच मीन्स ये अपना टोटल पॉलिसी वैल्यू है, अपना ये कोई कॉस्ट वॉस्ट नहीं है. विच मीन्स इफ ऑल द पॉलिसीज मैच्योर, इट्स अ वेरी रेयर केस ऑब्वियसली, देन अपना लायबिलिटी है इतना, इतना अपने को कवर देना है पब्लिक को, ठीक है. अभी करना क्या है, कंप्यूट टोटल कॉस्ट ऑफ द एंटायर प्रोटेक्शन पॉलिसी, प्रोफेशनल प्रोटेक्शन प्लस पॉलिसी, वो नाम कुछ भी हो, छोड़ो ना. कंप्यूट द कॉस्ट ऑफ पॉलिसी सेग्रीगेटिंग. नाउ दे हैव देमसेल्व्स सेड हाउ आई नीड टू सेग्रीगेट द कॉस्ट्स. सेग्रीगेटिंग कॉस्ट इनटू 4 एक्टिविटीज, namely marketing and sales support, namely operations, namely IT, and then support function. So they have themselves said कि अपने को cost categorize करने. Now frankly, can I say all these costs are legitimate company cost? I would say yes. So frankly, if I add up all the cost, I am going to get the company's cost. But as I said, we may have to classify the expenses, and then in this case they have themselves said अपने को classify कौन से 4 types में करना है, depending on the question, I mean depending on the type of cost we'll classify them, and सबको add ही करना है, ठीक है. कंप्यूट द कॉस्ट पर पॉलिसी, वेरी सिंपल. जो भी टोटल कॉस्ट आएगा एज पर द 4 कैटेगरीज, एड अप एवरीथिंग, डिवाइड बाय 528, ये वाला, एंड आई विल गेट द कॉस्ट पर पॉलिसी. एंड कंप्यूट द कॉस्ट पर रूपी ऑफ द इंश्योर्ड वैल्यू, ऊपर का ही कॉस्ट आई विल डिवाइड बाय 1320 करोड़, आई विल गेट द कॉस्ट पर रूपी ऑफ द इंश्योर्ड वैल्यू. सो फ्रैंकली 2 and 3 are going to be right any which ways, because तुमको सब add up ही करना है. 1 थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है because we need to classify the cost, बराबर. So let us classify the cost here one by one itself, and then we'll simply go through the solution. So policy development cost. Now this cost is frankly, नाम पढ़ के समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि इसका एक्चुअल नेचर क्या है. सो विल टॉक अबाउट दिस लेटर बिकॉज थोड़ा ये डिलीट आईसी है. आगे बढ़ेंगे. कॉस्ट ऑफ मार्केटिंग इज ऑब्वियसली मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स सपोर्ट, सो आई एम राइटिंग एम. सेल्स सपोर्ट एक्सपेंसेस, अगेन द नेम इज सेल्स, सो इट इज मार्केटिंग एक्सपेंस, ठीक है. पॉलिसी इशुएंस कॉस्ट. नाउ पॉलिसी इशुएंस कॉस्ट इज मोर लाइक ऑपरेशंस, सो उसको ओ नाम देंगे. Policy servicing cost is again operation because we are serving the policy, it's more like operations. Claims management cost भी अपन सोचेंगे क्या करना है. IT is obviously IT. Postage and logistics is definitely support. Facilities is support. Employees is support. Office admin is support. दो ही चीज बचा है, policy development and claims management. Again, claims management is more of operations, so there's no doubt it's operations only. So all the costs have been classified. Now policy development cost, let's talk about this. Development cost, now frankly I cannot name it marketing and sales support because marketing and sales is something to be done once the policy is ready and we are trying to market the policy or sell the policy. So I don't feel it's marketing. आगे बढ़ेंगे. operations, again operations is more to do with the companies running and operating things, so again development cost doesn't fit well there as well. IT obviously not, and support is normally all the back end job. So personally I felt policy development cost ये 4 में से कहीं भी fit नहीं हो रहा है. What the ICAI has done is it has classified them into marketing and sales support cost. The only logic I think was that the policy is normally developed keeping the market in mind, so maybe अपना marketing हो, इसके वजह से मैं एक पॉलिसी डेवलप करूंगा ताकि अपना मार्केटिंग अच्छा और अपने कंपनी का बात हो, अपने पॉलिसी का बात हो. सो मे बी दैट इज द ओनली लॉजिक व्हाई द ICAI मस्ट हैव क्लासिफाइड देम इनटू मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स सपोर्ट. Frankly, it is not fitting anywhere. So all you can do is put an assumption and classify it and so frankly it's either marketing or operations. IT and support definitely nahi hai. So between marketing and between operations, ICAI felt it is more of marketing and sales support than it is operations. That is what the ICA has done. Frankly, you all can assume either and put in some and write a note in the absence of my information. It is assumed that this is operation cost or marketing cost. अब इसका marks मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, it's not clear because these type of sums are new. ऐसे ये this is the first type of sum of life insurance company, so we don't know what the ICA is doing. दो चार sums ऐसे आएंगे, we will know what the ICA is classifying it consistently and then we can have a call कि ऐसे classify करना है. But now in the absence of many sums of this type, अगर ऐसा कोई sum आया है एग्जाम में, then you try and classify it as per marketing and sales support because the ICA has done it, and well, that is the only logic I can think of. Otherwise though, I personally don't feel it's a fit in all the four expenses. It's more like a R&D cost because before you develop a policy, probably you'll do some R&D के ऐसा करना है, ये policy करना है, वो policy करना है. So it's more of an R&D cost, but the ICA has classified it under marketing and sales support. So अपन भी वैसे करेंगे. ठीक है, and once you total all these costs, I will divide by 528, I'll get the cost per policy, and divide all these costs by 1320 crore, I'll get the cost per rupee, and well, that is it. So we'll skip quickly, run through the questions, operations. अपने तीन cost marketing वाले हैं. So there is development cost as discussed, cost of marketing and sales support cost. अपने operations कितने 1, 2 and 3. So operations is issuance, servicing and management. IT का एक ही cost है अपना, and support is 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see 4 S's. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and well, this is my total cost. As I said, divide total cost with 528, I'll get the cost per policy, and divide total cost with total policy cover ka amount, and I'll get the cost per rupee, and well, that is it. Pretty simple question, nothing to be memorized as such, just that if questions ask us to classify cost as per 3 or 4 categories, then you try and classify them as per those required categories only, and your policy development cost has been classified as marketing and sales support. So in case a question like this occurs in the exam, you have at least something to classify as, and that is what the ICA has done. So that is the classification I am going to go ahead with. So question number 11 is done. ठीक है, we will go ahead without wasting time. So और कोई था नहीं question के अंदर discuss करने के लिए, we have discussed everything pretty much. Okay, let's go to question number 12, which on standard costing थोड़ा बड़ा question है. अपन इसको भी for the time being skip करेंगे and we will go to question number 13. So question number 9 is what is left and question number 12 is what is left. This will be done in the next video. Currently we are doing 13 के बाद we'll do 14, then take a break and then come to question 9 and question 12. 9 was on process and 12 is on standard costing. ठीक है, let us start question 13. Question 13 is based on marginal costing and this is purely on the concept of CVP. So let's quickly discuss what marginal costing and CVP is before we start this question. So marginal costing क्या है? The term marginal means incremental. Incremental eventually means whatever costs are incurred for producing one incremental unit, and any cost incurred for one incremental unit have to be variable cost because it is only the variable costs which are incurred for one additional unit, which means this chapter is purely based or focused on the incremental cost which are variable cost, and that is why it is called marginal cost. Fixed cost in this chapter is never absorbed. Absorption costing is an absorption concept. Marginal costing में the fixed costs are treated like a period cost, one period, and that is full cost. No part of the fixed expenses are transferred to the next year. Because of this, the format is sales less VC contribution. From the contribution, you subtract the full fixed cost for the entire period. तुमने goods आधा बेचा हो कि पूरा बेचा हो. This does not happen in absorption costing because a part of fixed cost is taken as absorption, and absorption is a part of total cost, and total cost is taken in subtraction of closing stock, which means a part of fixed cost is transferred to the next year through closing stock, knowingly or unknowingly. So this does not happen in marginal costing. They consider the fixed cost as a period cost. CVP, sales minus VC is contribution. Contri upon sales becomes the PV ratio, and sale and contri minus my fixed cost becomes my profit. Any level of sales which earns zero profit is called the break even point. Any sale above the break even point is called the margin of safety. The margin of safety will give us contribution and fixed cost remaining same. The incremental contribution of obviously the margin of safety sales will obviously convert itself into profit. And in the entire CVP we assume three things to be constant: selling price per unit, variable cost per unit, and fixed cost in the entire period. These three things remain constant, because if we don't assume this, then we cannot solve or we cannot find the PV ratio. The PV ratio has to be constant, because of which SP, VC, FC all remain constant. ठीक है. And then sometimes the question asks us कितना sale होना चाहिए to have this profit. So make a reverse like a reverse statement. Profit के ऊपर अपन add करेंगे fixed cost, we'll get the contribution. From the contrary, I will add up the variable cost and I will get the sale value for the respective amount of profit that is a target to be earned. This was the basics of CVP, and this is what the next question is based on. So this is very sufficient to solve question number 13. Hopefully सब याद आया है. Let us start question number 13 please. So question number 13 based on marginal costing. Let us start. Question 13 number 18 का RTB. Let's start. A company sells its product at ₹15 per unit. So ये अपना selling price हो गया, ठीक है. In a period, if it produces and sells 8,000, produce भी 8,000 किया, sell भी 8,000 किया, it incurs a loss. It incurs a loss of ₹5 per unit. ये अपना हो गया loss, ठीक है. So 8,000 बेचा and ₹5 per unit is my loss, which means 40,000 is the loss in this situation, ठीक है. If the volume is raised to 20,000, has the question said raised by or raised to? There are two different things. अगर raised by बोलेंगे then old level plus 20, and raised to मतलब the sales are 20. प्लीज ध्यान से पढ़ो इंग्लिश का टर्म्स. बाय टू वॉट एवर इट इज. इट अर्न्स अ प्रॉफिट ऑफ ₹4 पर यूनिट. सो अगर 20,000 बेचा तो 4 के हिसाब से 80,000 प्रॉफिट होगा, ठीक है. कंप्यूट द ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट. कंप्यूट द ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ रुपीज एज वेल एज इन टर्म्स ऑफ यूनिट्स, ठीक है. सो दिस व्हाट दे हैव सेड, एक लेवल पे होगा तो इतना प्रॉफिट होगा, वो लेवल पे होगा तो इतना प्रॉफिट होगा. ऑल वी हैव टू डू इज लेट द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट बी x, ठीक है, and let the constant fixed cost be y. Tell me, you sell 20,000 or you sell 8,000, is the fixed cost going to change? No, because fixed cost is a period cost. They are not depending on the output sold or output produced. So तुम 20,000 बेचो या तुम 8,000 बेचो, तुम्हारा fixed cost उतना ही होने वाला है. So depending on that we'll have equations. Solve those equations and we will get the answer, which means what we'll do is let the variable cost be ₹x per unit, and then let the fixed cost is equal to ₹y. It will never be per unit because it's a period cost. So ये अपना हो गया all the assumptions, which means my contribution is going to be at the first level 8,000 into 15 selling price. ये अपना हो गया sales. Contribution नहीं, my VC is going to be same level of output into variable cost जो मैंने decide किया है x, and then this minus the fixed cost which is y is equal to profit or loss, and the loss is going to be 40,000 negative. This is nothing but 8,000 goods के ऊपर ₹5 का loss. Similarly next level is 20,000 into 15. ये अपना हो गया sales minus 20,000 sales का output into variable cost is x as we have defined, minus y because output कितना भी हो fixed cost will remain same, and in this case the profit is 80,000. ये 80,000 कहाँ से आया? This okay, ये negative नहीं है, ये ब्रैकेट आएगा, and this is 80,000, and ये 80,000 कहाँ से आया? This is nothing but 20,000 into ₹4 का profit. And well, we have two equations. Move something from here to there and I will get x and I will get y. ये मिलने के बाद then we can proceed and get the details. This is how the sum is to be solved. Now let us go through the solution quickly. What ICI has done, यही किया होगा obviously. We know that sales minus VC is equal to fixed cost plus profit. What I have done is sales minus VC minus fixed cost is equal to profit. It obviously means the same thing. So let the fixed cost be y, मैंने भी ये assume किया है, and when the sales is 8,000, then 15 into 8,000 minus variable cost is equal to the fixed cost minus the loss, ठीक है, माइनस द लॉस की प्रॉफिट, क्या है तुम्हारा लॉस बोला कि क्या बोला है, incurs a loss of 5 per unit. Okay, so this minus is equal to plus, हाँ fixed cost plus profit, ठीक है. So यहाँ पर माइनस करें because ये loss है. Okay, then similarly 15,000 into new volume minus the variable cost is equal to the fixed cost plus profit, and then these are my two equations, and after solving 3 and 4 we get variable cost as 5 and we will get the fixed cost of rupees 1,20,000, and these are my two required things. We are not solving the equations, काफ़ी easy है, you all can probably solve simultaneously, or just I think yeah, you'll have to solve it simultaneously because you have two unknowns x and y, so solve them simultaneously and you will get the answers as x and y is 1,20,000 and x appears to be 5. ठीक है, now fixed cost अपना हो गया 1,20,000. now suppose पूछा क्या है क्वेश्चन के अंदर, वी हैव बीन आस्क्ड द ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट, राइट, टेल मी एट ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इज द प्रॉफिट जीरो? The answer is yes, which means the contribution has to be equal to the fixed cost. So using this equation we'll solve for the BEP as well. Suppose the BEP is equal to x, which means 15x, मतलब 15 is my selling price, x is the volume, 15x minus 5x, ये 5x कहाँ से आया, 5 is now the variable cost and x is the output. X we are assuming it to be x because x is the BEP and we don't know the BEP, so I have to let the BEP be x units. So SP into output will give me sales value minus VC into the same output will give me variable cost, and this is going to be the contribution, and this contribution is exactly going to be equal to BEP. It is because of this we have assumed that the contribution is equal to fixed cost, because the BEP के और उल्टा, because at BEP the fixed cost is equal to the contribution, only then will the BEP hold true because BEP के अंदर the profits are zero, and since contribution minus fixed cost is zero, the contribution has to be equal to fixed cost, and in this case the fixed cost is 1,20,000. ठीक है, so ये अपना हो गया, and then x is equal to 12,000 and this is my break even sales, and 12,000 into selling price, I will get the BEP sales in terms of rupees as well. So all we had to do in this question was to find the break even point, but in the absence of my variable cost per unit, in the absence of fixed cost per unit, we cannot find the BEP, because of which we have first solved the equations as a working note, and this will give me VC, this will give me FC, and based on this I will use the BEP concept to find the break even point in terms of rupees and in terms of units. बराबर. सो एज आई ऑलवेज सेड, इन केस ऑफ मार्जिनल कॉस्टिंग सम्स, तुमको क्वेश्चन में कुछ भी पूछा हो, यू विल नीड टू फाइंड सेलिंग प्राइस, यू विल नीड टू फाइंड द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट, यू विल नीड टू फाइंड द फिक्स कॉस्ट. ये तीनों इनपुट्स तुमको लगने ही वाला है टू डू समथिंग और द अदर. सो क्वेश्चन में कुछ भी पूछा हो, यू प्लीज बी रेडी विथ ऑल दीज थ्री थिंग्स, फाइंड द पीवी रेशियो, एंड वंस यू गेट ऑल दीज इनपुट्स देन यू थिंक अबाउट रिक्वायर्ड पार्ट. यूजिंग ऑल दीज इनपुट्स तुमको रिक्वायर्ड पार्ट स्ट्राइक हो ही जाएगा. सो क्वेश्चन हैज नॉट आस्क्ड अस टू फाइंड द VC, आई थिंक सो. क्वेश्चन हैजंट आस्क्ड us to find the FC as well. All the questions asking you is compute the break even point, ये वाला. But because of VC and FC being unknowns, we have first found that out, and then using that we have arrived at BP. So bottom line, in case of marginal costing sums, in case of BEP based sums, in case of CVP concept based sums, you always find SP, VC, FC and the PV ratio. तुमको कहीं ना कहीं वो काम आने ही वाला है. Gone. ये भी अपना चला गया. So let us now go to the next question, that is question number 14. After solving budgets, that is question number 14, we'll take a break and then we'll continue with question number 9, which is left process costing, and then we'll go to question number 12, that is based on standard costing, pretty big sums. ठीक है, I can see question number 14 is based on the chapter and concepts of budgetary control. Let me see उसके अंदर सब concept कौन सा है. I can see the concept is production budget. Very simple. So let us first have a quick run through of what this chapter is, then we can start with the question as usual. So budgets. What are budgets? As we discussed earlier as well, budgets is nothing but a simple tool for the management to control their finances. Every department will have its own budgets. In the first case, in this question we have been asked about production budget. Production is always for finished goods. Finished goods obviously means sales. So जितना अपना sales होगा उतना अपना goods produce होगा. But I may have opening closing stock a requirement, so sales has to be adjusted with the closing stock and the opening stock to get the production. प्रोडक्शन, तो जितना तुम सेल करोगे उतना तुम प्रोड्यूस करोगे ही, सो सेल्स इज इक्वल टू प्रोडक्शन कम व्हाट में. क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज गुड्स प्रोड्यूस्ड बट अनसोल्ड, दैट मींस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ सेल्स, व्हिच मींस वी विल नीड टू ऐड इट, बिकॉज अगर CS में है तो प्रोड्यूस किया होगा, तो सेल्स प्लस CS इज द ग्रॉस प्रोडक्शन. हाउएवर ओपनिंग स्टॉक इज लास्ट टाइम्स गुड्स is produced last time, so I will subtract this from production because this is not produced now, it is produced in the last time, it may have come in last time's budget. So my formula to find out my production is very simple. It is always sale quantity plus the closing stock quantity and minus my opening stock quantity. Sometimes the sale quantity may not be given, in which case we will do sales divided by selling price. In case of CS and OS, I may have to divide the cost with the cost per unit, because or the closing stock value upon CPU, because your stocks will always be valued at cost, not selling price. ये होने के बाद I will somehow get the production. Once I get the production, all other budgets will fall in place, because based on production I'll have my consumption, and based on consumption obviously of raw materials I will have RM purchase as well, and your labor also depends on your production, and all other budgets will follow. बराबर, ये अपना हो गया बेसिक्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन बजट. नाउ समटाइम्स, लास्ट थिंग, समटाइम्स द क्वेश्चन मे नॉट गिव अस द सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट, इन विच केस वी मे हैव टू प्रिपेयर अ सिंगल प्रोडक्ट cost sheet. If we have to prepare a single product cost sheet, we will have direct material, direct labor, we'll get prime cost per unit, I will add the absorption per unit, I will get the factory cost, to which I will add the admin production ka absorption, I will get the COP, I will add the S&D if required, I will get the COS, I will add the profit that is targeted, and I will get the selling price per unit, and this selling price will ultimately be used here, which may have not been given, and then I can get the selling price like this. I will have the sales value, and from where I will get the sales quantity. Without sales quantity I cannot get the production budget. So sometimes if the question has not given you selling price, I may have to do a single product cost sheet. Obviously यहाँ पे stock level नहीं आएगा, because we are not finding the profit for a period, we are finding the cost per unit, so there is no OS and CS in case of single unit cost sheet. Sorted. And now based on this logic I will start question number 14. So चालू करेंगे. Hopefully yes, we'll start and finish this sum, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back with the last session of November 18, that is question number 9 and question number 12. ठीक है, so before that let's first close question number 14. Let's start question 14 based on budgetary control. Let's start reading the question. Some company is drawing a production plan for its two products, Mini Max MM and heavy weight और heavy high HH, so MM and HH. ठीक है, for the year 8-9, so 8-9 के ऊपर budgeting करना है. The company's policy is to hold closing stock of FG at 25% of the volume of the succeeding month, मतलब next month. So next month के sales का 25% is what my target is, to hold closing stock. Closing stock of month 1 becomes the opening of the other, and the cycle continues. ठीक है, the following is the estimated data for other two products, which is MM के लिए एक बोला है and HH के लिए दूसरा. They have given the goods to be produced, ठीक है, and they have given us for some reason direct material, direct labor, and my manufacturing overheads. ठीक है, so we have been given दो products का volume, दो products के overheads, and दोनों products का DM and DL cost content. So we may have to find the cost as well. The units to be sold in the first 4 months is equal to, so for April, for May, for June and for July, they have given us the respective anticipated sales volume, and I have to prepare the production budget for the first quarter in month wise. The first quarter eventually means April, May, June. So July का details are given, because June का closing stock is going to be July के sales का 25%. So I will this way get June का closing stock, because of which they have given us July के details. Pretty simple. So I will have to find production. So I'll have one column for April, one for May, one for June. I will start from sales. Sales is given. I will add closing stock. Closing stock ka levels are given, and closing stock of one month becomes the opening of the other, and things like, and then I'll continue forming the budgets. So sales plus CS minus my opening stock. Now in the month of April, in the month of April, the opening stock. Now the opening stock of April, let us write, opening stock of April is going to be the closing stock of March. Obviously March के details दिए नहीं है, but the closing stock of March is going to be 25% of April के ही sales, because the company's policy is to maintain 25% of the closing stock as per next ulta 25% of the next month's sale as closing stock. So CS of March is going to be April के sales का 25%, and we have the April sales के numbers. So same month का 25% is going to be my closing stock of, is going to be my opening stock of April, and opening stock of April मिल जाएगा, and closing stock of April becomes the opening of May, and the cycle continues. Very simple question. No working notes required. This is the only place where thinking is required. All other things are pretty simple. So sales plus CS minus OS is my production. Once I get my production, we have the cost as well. I will get total cost as well. Okay, so let's quickly start and finish. So we have, as I said, 4 columns, one for April, one for May, one for June, and one for, oh, one is total. ठीक है, जुलाई का जरूरत नहीं because they have asked first quarter का month wise. ठीक है, as I said, we will start from sales. So MH every month the sales are given 8, 6, 10, 8, 12, 9, 8, 6, 10, 8 and 12, 9. All these sales are given. So मैंने पूरा sales का numbers post कर दिया है in all these columns. So let me erase this. Sales, so 8, 6, 10, 8, 12, 9, all these numbers are given. So मैंने input कर दिया है. Then coming to closing stock, 25% of next month का sales. Now next month sales is May का sales, ये वाला. तो May के sales का 25% is 2,500. Similarly, May के sales का 25% is 2,000, and so and so. Then comes to closing, opening stock. Opening stock, as I said, is March का closing, and March's closing depends on April का sales. That is nothing but 8,000 का 1/4 and 6,000 का 1/4 or 25%, and this is how we'll get the opening stock. And by doing this, I will get the production, that is sales, add CS minus my OS. Closing stock of 2,500 will flow here. Closing stock of 2,000 will flow here as opening, and ऐसा करते करते we will get all the closing stocks. Opening stocks. Closing stock of previous month, it will become the opening stock of the next month, and the closing stock of May is going to be again 25% of the June's sale, which means 25% of 12,000 is equal to 3,000. 25% of 9,000 is 2250. Similarly, I'll get closing stock of June as 1/4 of July sales, which is nothing but 1/4 of this and 1/4 of this. So 16 ka 1/4 is 4,000, and 14 ka 1/4 is 3,500. So we have got 4,000 and 3,500 as well, and well, that's it. Sales plus CS minus OS. I will get all my production numbers month wise. ठीक है, ये अपना हो गया. And when I simply total everything, I will get total sales so and so. Okay, let's erase this. I will get total sales so and so for MM, and total sales so and so for HH. I will subtract and add the closing stock. Now preferably do not add the closing stock. What the IC has done is they have simply added all the CS and added all the OS, जो conceptually बराबर नहीं है. आंसर तुमको सेम आने वाला है, because they are simply getting knocked off by plus minus. But generally I should write the closing stock as on 30th June, जो ये figure है अपना, and closing stock on June, जो ये figure है अपना, and opening stock of this and opening stock of this, because opening stock and closing stock is always on opening stock I will write opening stock for the quarter अगर पूछा है. So I should do, किधर गया अपना, I should do opening stock of this and opening stock of this. So not this, I'll erase this circle ताकि तुमको मालूम नहीं पड़े. Yes, So opening stock is always as on a particular date, CS is as on a particular date, so don't add up the closing stocks and opening stock like the ICI has done. Answer will not change because वो एडलेस होते तुम्हारा सेम आने वाला है. बट अगर तुमको पूछा गया है टू मेक अ ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट फॉर द क्वार्टर, ओपनिंग स्टॉक विल बी ऑन द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ द क्वार्टर एंड द क्लोजिंग स्टॉक विल बी ऑन द लास्ट डे ऑफ द क्वार्टर. डू नॉट add all opening stocks month wise and do not add all closing stock month wise like the ICI has done, and I will get the total of sales and total consumption or production of the products month wise and for the quarter. Very simple. Then I will go to the production cost budget. Now I don't remember the ICI asking production budget in rupees. Normally ये पूछते नहीं है, but because I have been given the details of the cost, I think the ICI has gone one step ahead to find the production cost budget. So we will also go ahead to find the cost budget. Normally I have always mentioned production cost is production budget is always found in terms of they have always production budget is always found in terms of units and not rupees, but in this case the costs were given and that is the only place where I can use the cost. So the ICI has gone one step ahead to find the production cost budget. So goods produced into VC will be variable cost and your overheads is going to be absorbed. So my total overheads of 4 lakh I will divide with 1,80,000 to get the absorption rate per unit, and I will multiply this with the goods produced, and same I will do for this as well, and I will get the proportionate content of the absorbed overheads to get the production cost budget in terms of rupees. So let's do that. DM ka rates and the DL ka rates have been given, and in this column we have simply multiplied the output with the cost, multiply output with the cost, and here they have simply absorbed the overheads on the basis of output, because that is only the only option available. They have absorbed basis the output because no data has been given regarding labor hours and things like that. So overheads have been absorbed basis the output, and then they have been charged depending on the production, because overheads are always absorbed basis the production. ठीक है, तो ये भी, and as per the absorption you will get some maths, and that math is so and so, and after adding everything I will finally get all the total amount of the production cost budget. Production cost is a combination of DM, DL, prime cost and factory cost. If S&D cost were given, I will not add here because it is not a production cost. ठीक है, that marks the end of question number 14, and this marks the end of this session as well. 2 questions remain for November 18 RTP, that is question number 9 and question number 12, which will be done in the next video session. Until then, I will take a break. Alright, see you soon.